This myth is stopping you from getting better at guitar. It is one of the main reasons I've wasted hundreds, maybe even thousands on gear and online courses until I found out the truth. This myth was created by misinformed or ignorant guitar teachers to intentionally hold you back. Today we're going to debunk this and 3 other myths that lead to confusion and frustration. Guitar champion, I'm 𝗗𝗚𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗏 and I teach guitar with a scientific and biomechanical background. Let's bring your playing to the next level. And here we go. One of the most asked questions when I talk to fans after a live show is, what picks do you play? But this question is often kinda a lie. Most of the time the true question people want to ask is, can a guitar pick improve my playing? And the answer to that is no. The pick itself has minimal impact on your playing. Let me demonstrate that to you real quick. I basically can shred with every object that is on this table right here on the side of the cam that has a sharp edge. Like, I don't know, a coin. This thing from my white monster energy drink can. Maybe a handbook for a wireless internet adapter, which I don't need because the internet here is really bad. The remote for one of my lights. The pick itself may have an impact on sound, and there are definitely individual preferences. I personally like picks with a lot of width because I play pretty flat to the string and only angle the pick when I do string changes. But will the pick improve your picking technique in general? Absolutely not. When your main engine is working correctly, that means picking from your wrist instead of your arm, avoiding unnecessary consumption of energy, and all the things that I teach in the ZEN of Speedpicking, where with more than 50 licks, 10 musical etudes and fun workouts, you get a bulletproof practice plan to finally fix your picking. Link is in the description box. When all of these things are correct, you can shred with everything, like I've just demonstrated. Another ongoing battle in the guitar community is thick necks against thin necks. And I often think people's opinion are a bit biased because they are based more on habit rather than actual facts. We want to have our hands in the most relaxed posture possible. To find out what a truly relaxed position is, I like to shake out my hands for at least 10 seconds, let them loose and lift them without changing anything. You see where my thumb is compared to my fingers. Now, when I even slightly stretch it in this direction, I start to create tension in the muscle of my thumb. Thick neck, again, can have an effect on sound and also playability when it comes to chords or bendings. But when it comes to fast and ergonomic playing, don't be afraid to use a thin neck. Even when some old Pauls will try to tell you that a fat ass 59 Les Paul is the best neck ever and that a slim neck is cheating and blah blah feels bad. Nah, it's ergonomics. I made a video about Strandberg necks that I highly recommend to check out after this one here, where I explain more deeply on what is going on in our hands when we are using thick and weird necks. And if you want to learn more about the science behind movement and playing guitar, check out my free ebook, The Biomechanics of Speedpicking. This and more licks, exercises and explanation about how we hold the guitar, what is the correct picking technique, etc. you can find in the new free membership that you can download for free in the link in the description box. Highly recommend to check it out if you want to improve your playing for free. There's one thing when guitar players are talking about their gear where I ask myself, why? That's kinda dumb. And I'm sorry, I will now probably insult so many guitar players and probably also my heroes, but the volume knob is not in the way. Your technique is just simply not good. So many people change the position of the volume knob from here to here. Apparently it's in the way, but I'm sorry, your hand posture is just bad. The main issue is that a lot of people are rotating way too much into something that is called supination. With this rotation, you put your pinky much closer to the body of the guitar and you easily touch the volume knob. But when you have neutral rotation, which is also beneficial for the freedom of your picking technique in general, and you have a neutral finger position and don't extend your fingers like this or do a fist like this, you have absolutely no problem with the volume knob. You don't even have to position your fingers around the knob like Yngwie is doing it. The fingers are floating above the volume knob. And now we're coming to the biggest myth spread by so many guitar teachers that it makes me really angry. Whenever you hear the following sentence from a guitar player, you know he is a bad teacher. Play however it feels natural for you. This is the most dangerous thing you can say to a student. Because what happens is the following. You learn guitar, you start slow, and while playing slowly, you don't necessarily need a technique yet that helps you to play 16-note triplets at 140 BPM. But you accidentally create a habit that in a couple of years will cause the biggest issue when you want to play faster lines. In neuroscience, there is a phenomenon called Hebb's law. Neurons that fire together, wire together. That means that when you repeat a movement for a really long time, your brain starts to think that this particular movement is an efficient one, even though you have a lot of tension in your arms or your fingers that leads to stiffness at faster tempos. You think this is your natural technique, but natural technique does not exist. We all follow the same rules of biomechanics. The way my muscle contracts and how the signal goes from the brain to the muscle is the same in me, in you, and in you, and in you, and in you. There can be individual differences coming from the length of the fingers, the relationship between arm and torso, etc., etc. But the point where this has such a big effect on your playing that you have to come up with an individual technique is really, really rare. Changing a posture, the way you hold the pick, or a technique in general is not a bad thing. It's not a waste of time because we create body awareness. The biggest waste of time is when somebody tells you to just play however it feels natural for you. You follow a bad habit that you've created years ago and you just continue failing and not making any progress. The good thing is, change is possible. I'm constantly working on my technique, optimizing it according to the laws of biomechanics and getting more and more musical freedom out of it. And for that I designed a program which is called the reset button, where we kind of start from the beginning, but with not so much time, just a couple of weeks, we build up our technique from new, but for the better. You can find the reset button program, for example, as well in the ZEN of Speedpicking. Again, check the link in the description box. So when you feel stuck, don't give up. There is hope. Your biggest issue are probably two things. Either your posture or the way how you practice. And for the last one, I highly recommend watching the following video right now. And for everything else, of course, feel free to hit the subscribe button, leave a like, leave a nice comment, and I'm going to see you in one of my next videos. So far, I wish you a lot of fun learning, practicing, and mastering the guitar. Cheers and power your progress. Bye.